Hello, everyone. Hello, hello, hello. Okay. Welcome. Hey, I see we got some people coming in. Hello, hello. Just giving. Hi. Hey, Christy. Giving a few moments here for people to get settled in. I know that I didn't give enough notice, but however, mark your calendars. I'll usually be going live from now on with like the weekly collective message on Fridays as well. Hi, Priestess Bella Gila, my goddaughter. Welcome. Okay. For those of you who are just joining, share this live, invite people, tag them, let them know that we are outside. Give me just a second here, you guys. Hey, welcome. Oh my God. It's so good to see you guys. I haven't seen some of you in a while. Okay, so for those of you who are just tuning in, I know I'm seeming a little distracted. Just bear with me here because I'm still inviting a few people. But just so you know, we're doing, like our weekly collective reading, okay? And if I have capacity, hey, welcome, Kimberly. So if I have capacity, as you all know, I always take questions kind of towards the end of the reading. If you all have questions, so kind of think of them, but please try to hold them until the end of the reading, okay? Oh, actually, let me get my banner up, you all. Of course, these readings are free, but if you want to send a love donation, my Cash App is scrolling at the bottom of the screen. There. Okay. All right, you all. So before we get started, I just want to talk to you all, of course, check in with you all and let you know about some things that I have coming up, or just talk to you all about what's going on currently. And I'm noticing that some of you all are already saying hey in the chat. If you're here, show some love. Make sure that you go and subscribe to Conjure Corner on YouTube. That's a free way to support. But also, just to kind of give you guys some updates. So with Black History Month coming to an end, the sales on Botanica Venus and to get sales on readings have ended, but I'll be launching a new sale this month on readings as well. It's still an optimist. It's like still the perfect time to get on my calendar if you want to start working one-on-one, you want to book a consultation, or if you're just wanting to get a reading. But I also want to invite you guys to mentorship as well. I still have mentorship open. I'm currently accepting a few more students. So if you're wanting to start connecting and learning that way, that's still an option. Check out the links below. I think I always put the links in the description, I want to say. The link to my link tree is there, so you can literally find everything there. Like if you're wanting to request spiritual work, or if you're needing a consultation, mentorship, all of that fun stuff. Okay, let me take a look here. Hey, welcome. How are you all doing? Let me know in the chats. I know that I missed last week, but as a general rule of thumb, I'll be live from now on Fridays. Fridays is when we'll do these collective messages, okay? Someone asked, how am I doing? I'm doing good. I'm blessed. I'm blessed to be very busy right now. I could definitely use a nap, but I'm doing good. How are you all doing? That's good. Yes. Definitely happy for the weekend. I'm ready for the springtime. I'm ready to be outside. I'm ready. I'm ready for the winter to end. Like, don't get me wrong. I enjoy hermit season, but I'm ready for the sunshine. Alrighty. I think we've got a good number of people on here. So Let's go ahead and start our reading. I'm going to start with a general message for today, for the collective for today. The winter has been wintering. I agree. It seems, so for me, the weather wasn't that bad, but it was a long winter. It was a long winter, if that makes sense. It's like the weather wasn't that bad. Oh, let's talk about the weather, the winter in Georgia. That was something that I was not expecting. But nonetheless, it was just long for me. So let's take a minute here and see what the collective message is for the day, okay? So let's see what the message is for us for today specifically, okay? What is it that we need to know at this time? Let's see what the message is for the collective here at this time for today. I'm really interested to see what comes up for us for today, just considering what's been going on in the media right now, okay? And I think that, from what I can see here, I actually really like this message because it seems quite timely with us joking about the winter. What I can also safely say is that things are actually about to pick back up for us, okay? Which makes sense. The energetic start of the year is upon us. But a lot of you all need to spend some time actually planning for, okay? So we're almost there. We're almost to a place where there's a lot of momentum, a lot of activity. Some of us, I'm seeing, actually may already have plans to travel, okay? For those of you who have not already started planning to travel, make sure that you're planning out time to travel, planning those trips. I think that for the collective, what I'm seeing here is this is just going to be something that's really good for our collective mental health going into this year. I know that this is something that I'm also going to be doing. I'm going to really be outside and being intentional about travel. Another message that's coming through is that so it's almost necessary. It's almost necessary for us to take the time to plan out our travel, because a lot of us kind of have gotten caught up in work. Part of the reason why this is really good for us is also because it's going to be something, it's like a long-term investment in ourselves, okay? Many of us are really going to run into a period of prosperity, of abundance, of all of these things within the home. And this is going to come from, I don't know if you all are familiar with the term or the phrase being physically wealthy and spiritually wealthy. Okay. So what we can also expect is us being physically and spiritually wealthy coming up in the new year. And something that's really important is we're going to have to spend an equal amount of time within the home, within our domestic relationships, with our children and things of that nature. But we also need to really spend time planning and expanding and being actually outside. Okay. This is also a card that indicates travel. So travel is also something that's really important. For those of you who are business owners, you need to also closely reconsider what your plans are going into the next, I'll say 6 months. Plan out everything as much as you can. It's going to be something that really benefits you in the long run. A message that's coming through today for the collective is we have to be mindful of burnout and the mental and physical toll that actually takes on our body. So what Spirit is saying is that things are definitely about to start moving for us, okay? Whether that be travel, I'm getting business within the home. This is, and it makes sense, a season of, prosperity because it's like tax season, right? So there's a lot of movement and there's a lot of momentum here. But Spirit also wants to kind of remind us what our goals are and what our vision is long term. And it's also a good idea to also invest that money into ourselves appropriately. Okay, so making sure that we're taking care of the natural mundane things, yes, but also nourishing ourselves in a way that does include travel, it does include fun, it does actually include sunshine. Okay, it does also include time with our loved ones as well. Okay, we need to make sure that we're not being fearful of spending money on things that actually nourish us. Okay, so you need to be mindful to spend that on things that some of you may not feel like it's tangible, but like Spirit is reminding us that experience and being present and fun is actually a really good, like is a really important part of life. So if you're a workaholic or if you're somebody who works a lot, it's time to kind of reevaluate how you're spending your time and how that's affecting you in like different areas. So that is the message for today specifically. Okay, let me read some of the comments here before I proceed. Yeah, Dynamic Divine Reading says, I've experienced a lot of burnout lately and had to slow all the way down. I could definitely relate. Something that has been a topic of conversation is kind of like working with the seasons, taking time to like slow down, maybe in the fall, and like rest a little bit more. And I know ideally, right, we have things to do, but working with the seasons and using the energy, that's around us to get things done can also make a difference. But something that is standing out that I see, like I said, there's a lot of abundance for us. Like a lot of us have a lot of opportunities on the table this year. It's like our roads are open. This is our year. Someone in the comments said there is nothing wrong with pulling back, and there absolutely isn't anything wrong with pulling back. And that's what Spirit is telling us. It's like some of you may have a fear that if you just like take a break, that people are going to forget about you. And that's not really how it works, right? You have to be able to trust divine timing. Okay. There's no need to try to rush anything because your destiny can't be rushed. You know what I mean? Like things are going to happen when they happen. So something that we're really going to have to focus on is balance. We're going to have to focus on balancing out the work and the mundane activities with things that are more, that bring us more joy, and more fulfillment. For a lot of us, this is our year. We're going to see a lot of things that we felt like should have happened for us last year or previously. We're going to see that kind of come into fruition this year. So it's going to be very important for you to take care of yourself, because you're going to need your energy in order to handle the uptick. You're going to need your energy in order to do a lot of the things that you all prayed for. Okay. I say it all the time. It's like, how dare you pray for it and not prepare for it? You got to prepare for it as well. And just know that it's coming. Okay. So that concludes part 1 of our reading. Hey, welcome. I'm starting to see my YouTube family show up. If you're just joining, drop the pink flower emoji in the chat. Okay. I also like to, let me check this out here just a second. I agree. But you guys, also when I do these readings, I like to do a forecast or just a collective message for what we should also be aware of or know going into the current or the next week. Okay. So I'm going to pull a few cards here to see like what the general message is for the collective going into the next week. Like, what do we need to know? What should we be mindful of? All of those things. Okay. Any advice that Spirit may have for us? We are going to look at that and see what what messages we can get for next week. Okay. Can we get for next week? What do we need to know? How do we need to maneuver? Hey, Breezy! What's up, girl? What do we need to know as a collective for the upcoming week? Let's see here, you all. For the upcoming week. So right away, and I'm going to keep pulling here because I want to get more of a message. A lot of, and like this kind of goes in with the message for today. A lot of us are going to have our cups filled this year. Okay. This is also something important for us to focus on just in general. I'm going to reiterate that because it's coming up again in this reading. We need to focus on the things that fulfill us. Okay. The Nine of Cups is oftentimes depicted, or it's often said to be a wish card. Okay. We could see, depicted in the image, there's a person sitting with their arms crossed and all of their cups are filled, right? There's several messages here in terms of not only doing things and focusing on what fulfills us, but it has to be things that are for you. So going into the next week, our first message is to focus on things that fulfill us as an individual. Something that I'm just getting, I got a download about people pleasing. That's going to have to be something that's not your focus. You're going to have to focus on self. You're going to have to focus on the things that actually fulfill you. And it's going to be very important for you to stand in gratitude within your own personal life, because a lot of us, and this is common, coming out of the winter within those, with those seasons changing and things like that, sometimes we can, our head or our mental space isn't necessarily the clearest. So it's talking about us at times because of things that have happened previously. We've got the Five of Pentacles also present here as well, which also sometimes indicates a lack mindset. Okay. What the reading is talking about is that we have to practice active gratitude going into the next week, or else we won't even be able to see that our cups are full. We won't be able to see all of the blessings and all of the opportunity when you're operating from a lack mentality. This is also one of the reasons why Spirit urged that we do things that fulfill us in the first reading, because you have to be you have to be able to see the good that's in your life to attract more of it. When we participate in a lack mentality, it attracts more lack. It's going to be very important that, and I know my students hear me say this quite often, is that you let life make you better, not bitter. Okay. And sometimes when you see like the King of Swords in reverse, or maybe even the Queen of Swords present the way that is, they can become embittered. That can be like a quality trait that's there. But what Spirit is specifically talking about is that, there's this shift coming. We've got the Judgment card, an awakening. Something has to shift. It is very important, you all, that we're also, with all of these blessings and all of these opportunities coming up for us, with the excess flow of money, not just the material wealth, right? But we're talking about things that actually fulfill us. With the excess of all of the energy of abundance around us, with this year being the year of the eights, okay? It's important that we wake up and be able to see that. It's important to wake up and smell the roses, okay? Because, you can really miss out. Yes, you can really miss out on things that are long-term goals for you, or long-term prosperity, or long-term abundance. What I'm seeing here, we've got the Three of Wands, the reverse Three of Wands. The Three of Wands is also present again in this spread. And how it's showing up is that when we are in a negative mind space, when we are stuck on that lack mentality, we're failing to plan. We're failing to plan for the future, because in a way, Spirit is talking about not a sulking. It can be a little bit of sulking that I'm picking up here, but it's more so it's a distraction when you need to be focused on being focused, being diligent, you know, studying and planning not only for this travel, but also for literal expansion. So going into the next week, we need to be mindful of being grateful. Another thing that's coming in about just taking a moment to slow down is it's because within those moments of us slowing down and us being more present, then we are able to actually take inventory and to be more grateful of just how far we've come, so that we can get a better idea of where we're going. And this is a really important message for us to have gotten so far so early on in the year. Okay. Once again, a lot of us are tired or have been tired very previously. This is given the energy of all my life I had to fight. So through this week, Spirit is encouraging you to drop the mentality of all my life I had to fight. Okay. You have to understand that resting and slowing down is also a part of the work. Something is coming up again here too about you also needing your energy, but we also need these times to be with self, because I'm also seeing here it's like we need our energy in like a very specific way this year. We need our energy to like stand our ground. Because sometimes, our foundation in life will be shaken. That's just a thing, right? But it is holding true and standing fast on what we know for ourselves is how we're able to get through life when our ground is shaken or our foundation is shaken here. So you can't keep the hustle and bustle up. You can't keep fighting if you don't take the time to rest. Okay. So it's going to be really important. Yes. Some of us going into the next week is going to be very important for us to take time aside to maybe even just meditate alone, like in stillness, just in complete silence. If the weather is suitable, I'll also recommend going outside and just taking the time to just be by yourself. Just be by yourself. Listen to your inner voice, so that you can gain clarity and so that you can actually start the planning that Spirit has talked about, so that you can start clearing your mind of that lack mentality. But things are going to change. A lot of you probably are starting to see, and I'm just going to say money, but you're starting to see the energy around you. You're starting to see money. You're starting to possibly see opportunities, or even thinking about them. But once again, participating in defeat or negative attitudes and not leaving the mind, leaving that lack mindset is going to be something that hinders you. So it's important to just be still, listen, make sure that you all are doing your due diligence in terms of you taking time to recalibrate, okay? Because we all need time to recalibrate, okay? So that is the message for going on into the next week. Y'all still here? I see you on the live, but y'all are quiet. I want you all to, I'll take a few today. I really didn't want to make this live an extremely long live today. So we'll see. But I'll take a few questions from the audience. Like if you have a pressing issue, I'll pick some of them from the chat if you all want to ask a question. But while we're here, I'll also, while you all are typing out your questions, I want to talk about a few things, as I said, that I have going on as of right now. Okay. So, for those of you who want to check out the spiritual store, make sure you head over to botanicavenus.com. That's where all of my spiritual products are listed. There's, the wearable jewelry, the magical cosmetics, crystals. I have herbs and sage bundles, dragon blood. All of that is available right now. And I think I still have the 20% going on. And that's like automatically applied if you purchase anything. Okay. Also, as you guys see, link is below in the description. If you want to book a private one-on-one reading, that's available. Consultations. Mentorship is still open. Those links are all listed below. I taught the Art of War hex crafting class the other day. And the replay is now also available at my link tree. So if you need to purchase any of the course replays that you missed, they're all available there for you guys as well. Okay. And so, as you said, we still here. Hey. And so, yes, there'll also be some opportunities, especially for those of you. Well, I'll post it on all platforms because it's going to be open to the public, but there will be opportunities for us to meet in person. If you're interested, a little bit later this year, we'll have an in-person healing retreat. So, or in-person spiritual retreat. So stay posted for those too, because I would really love to connect with some of you all in person. Oh, thank you. I'm happy that it resonated. So just to clarify, so do you, I see the question, do you feel there is a huge shift coming, especially for those who walk strongly in their spiritual gifts? Is that one that you want me to read over just to make sure? Actually, I like the questions that we have right now. These are some good questions. So I'm actually going to take these. But, okay, so elaborating on mentorship. Yes. You have to send me an email if you go through Botanica Venus. You'll send me an email and I can send you all the information about mentorship. It's done now on a monthly basis. I teach you all the way from a baby all the way up to experience. Okay. And there'll be also an opportunity to join my private coven as well. Yes. Okay. If you can see, so Megan, if you can see in the description below, there's a link that says consultations or services, and then there's the link tree. Select the link tree and then select interested in mentorship. And I'll send you all of the details if you don't do the email option. Okay, so I'm going to start here. I'm just going to assume that's a question, but if I feel as if there's a huge shift coming for those who walk in their gifts. So that's where I'll start with the questions here, and then I'll go down. Thank you all for the engagement. It definitely makes a difference. It gives me energy. Do I feel like there is a huge shift coming, especially for those who walk strongly in their spiritual gifts? Let's see what comes up here. Do I feel like there's a huge shift for those coming up? Okay, that walk. Okay, I see it. Alrighty, thank you. So in terms of there being a shift, Spirit talks, I've got the reverse Temperance, the reverse Ten of Pentacles, the reverse Seven of Swords, and the reverse Six of Cups. So this doesn't necessarily talk about a shift, but it talks about the responsibility that we carry in terms of being those that walk, or those that serve spirit. Okay. What it specifically talks about is about there needing to be, once again, balance. Balance is something that's coming up, specifically with that being present within the temperance card. They're talking about there being a balance between the time that we spend in the physical and the spiritual, and that the physical realm and being present is just as important. It's very interesting because I'm hearing, one of my old mentors used to say that or actually, no, excuse me, shout out to Queen Peach, because this is what she says, is that there's a toxic way to do spirituality. And what spirit is talking about is there is a toxic way to do spirituality. It does maintain balance. You are just as much in the physical realm as you are in the spiritual realm. While it is important for you to be dedicated and to be disciplined, it is literally tying into some of the collective message that we talked about making sure that we're taking the time to actually be present. It's almost like you can't force anything. You can't force development. You can't force growth. But one thing the spirit is encouraging those that, do serve, is to make sure that we're taking the time to do our shadow work and self-reflect during this time. This is a time to kind of like address if you have any inner child wounds, or any inner child wounds, or if there's things that you're struggling to get over in terms of your spiritual journey. This is what spirit recommends that we focus on during this time. But key message here is more so about balance, okay, and understanding what it means outside of the commercialized meaning of being spiritual, and getting in tune with spirit and how our service and how our actions influence our bloodline. So there's the answer to that question. Megan, I know you want me to repeat it, but go to the link tree, interested in mentorship. Okay, I'm happy that resonates with you too. I'm seeing that it's just really important. Clearly it keeps coming up. Hallelujah. You're welcome, Megan. Yes, go to the link that says interested in mentorship, and then I'll send you all the info. Alrighty, I know I saw another question. Oh, okay. Yeah. So for your question, I see your question, Megan. I have a question about how do I get unstuck and get motivated to actively achieve your goals? Okay. Awesome. I think that's a really great question. So I'm going to go ahead and answer that right now as well. Okay. So let's see. How can Megan get unstuck where she is and get motivated to achieve her goals? What advice can you give us for Megan at this time here? Let's see here. So in your reading, we've got the reverse Seven of Pentacles, the reverse world, and you have the Ten of Swords. Bottom cards are And I just pulled 6 because I wanted to get a clearer picture. We've got the reverse 6 of Pentacles, the Sun card, and then we also have the 8 of Wands. So something that's coming up for you, Megan, it would be, you do need help. I mean, you do need assistance. You would deeply benefit from someone holding you accountable, but the seasonal change with sunlight will definitely help you. Something that will benefit you would definitely, you need to be someone who creates a planner or a vision board, something that's going to hold you accountable outside of like another person. So you would benefit from, I don't know if you're familiar with this, but you would benefit from like a happy planner. You would be someone who greatly benefits from a vision board, some form of tracking your goals just to kind of get the momentum started. Because with the 10 of Swords, it just talks about you just kind of get into a place where you really just feel defeated with that. 6 of Pentacles is typically a card of like, you know, getting help, or some also say like charity. But this could also be you having an accountability partner or a buddy, or maybe even you could use like an app or something that's really going to motivate you. Something that's also coming up here is you have to sit and think about the reasons. Are these goals for you, or are they for something external? Are these things that you really want to do? Are questions that you're going to have to ask yourself within this, you know, period. You got to, once again, come on, Spirit, you have to focus on doing things that you love and enjoy, things that bring you joy, things that bring you life, things that feed your vitality. You also exercise. Exercise is going to be something that helps you feel a little less stuck. It's going to get the energy moving. Sometimes, I don't know if you've seen people, you know, clap or sometimes physically move, you know, move and shake. This requires like actual physical action. So you have to get out there and move and take action towards the things that you want, the things that bring you joy. So, you know, taking some of the more practical steps in terms of like getting an idea of what you want, planning it out, and taking physical action. Also, specifically exercising is going to help you really feel unstuck. But at the key point of it is just basically getting really clear about what your goals are and making almost like a 6-month plan, because the 7 of Pentacles is also a card of like long-term investment or things paying off long-term. So this is where you would start to kind of, you know, shake up that energy and move things around so that you can kind of feel unstuck. I hope that resonates. All righty here. So what will the spring bring me for Kimberly? Okay, that'll be our next question. You're welcome. Okay, see, yeah, we're in tune then. If you've pulled that for yourself as well, we're definitely in tune. What will spring bring Kimberly? Let's see what you can expect, Miss Aries. Let's see what Kimberly can expect in the springtime. Like, what is it that she needs to know? What will spring bring her? Okay, and I'm feeling I may just pull a couple more cards for you. So, Kimberly, there's going to have to be some things that you get rid of in the springtime. And this is not necessarily like you're like, oh my God, I'm gonna, leave relationships or anything, but this is gonna be more so of you literally hitting like a spring clean. Something that's going to be very beneficial for you is to actually go through that process of like letting things go emotionally. And that's going to be hard for you, because what I'm getting from your reading is it looks like there's like a little bit of like anger surrounding maybe the way that things have happened previously. But what springtime is really going to bring you is abundance, is going to bring you opportunity. Springtime is going to bring you joy, but this also is going to be a time. Yeah, there's like a letting go here. There's going to be some things, especially specifically some relationships. This is the 8 of Cups. If you can see it, I know my light is kind of bright. It is a little bit about relationship, but it's more so of like physical things and emotions. You're going to have to like really clean house for sure, because once again, we've got the reverse 9 of Cups there. And what this also talks about in your reading is like there being a failure to see the ways in which you've been blessed, and you clearing out energetic blockages within the home, things that you have really felt have made you stagnant. There's like energy here with the reverse Knight of Wands that's in your reading about like you sometimes start things, or there's a lot of things that you like want to do and you don't do them. So you have to let go of some of those old ideas and old plans and stuff that just don't suit who you are now, or that you just like don't want to do anymore. So clearing out energy that way, literally throwing things away. And there's like dead end. Okay, there we go. So like there's like dead end relationships. I think that you may sometimes like participate in, or you keep them around out of nostalgia or out of maybe even boredom. It's time to reevaluate those and just letting go of the things that energetically you feel that you've outgrown. And also, once again, 9 of Cups here, being present and really taking full inventory and full advantage of the ways that your cups have been filled and how you want them to be filled going forward. Okay, so those are the things that you can expect in the spring. It's time to do some spring cleaning, baby. Some spring cleaning, like on different levels. But I also see that it brings you joy to do it. It's not like this painful release. You get what I'm saying? This is going to be something that brings your soul and your spirit joy to do, and you're just going to be in such a better mental place, and also feeling more stable because you have cleared out those things. Okay. Oh, well, looky here. So it does make sense. Okay. Bear with me here. I'm getting some more messages. Okay. So I'm going to take one more question from the audience at this time. But of course, you all, as I said, I go live weekly, but if you want to come talk and have a private reading, definitely get on my calendar. Let me see here. Okay, so we have another request. Bear with me, I'm reading. I know it's a lot. So at the center of it, you want to know if your financial transition will be smooth this spring. I can definitely read into that for you here. I want to take a moment and just light some Palo really quickly, because I want to cleanse the space really quickly here. But I think that's a good question. While you are over here, while I'm re-cleansing here, make sure you subscribe to the Conjure Corner on YouTube, y'all. There'll be a lot more, not only spiritual content, but I'm excited for you all to see some of the things that I've planned for. And the real party is on YouTube and on the Secret Society on Patreon, which all of those links are below in the description. Okay. Alrighty. Do you pronounce your name Janae? I hope that I'm saying that correctly. I'm sorry. Y'all know I'm old. Alrighty. So I'm switching decks because you're special. Alrighty, let's see. Will my financial transition be smooth this spring? Let's see here. Her financial transition be smooth this spring. Yes. Yes. But it does come with instruction. I actually really like this for you here. Oh, okay. I did. Okay, see. Okay. Awesome. But yes, yes. You with your advice, I see that it's like there's a learning curve here that's going to happen for you. Okay, you have the Page of Swords, the Page of Pentacles. Both of these are students, right? But what the Page of Swords talks about, you are someone who is very clever. There's going to be a sharpening of a skill set that you need. You're going to have to spend time learning, studying. I'm getting books, almost like continuing training for your craft. There's things that you need to know and learn and expand upon. So what's going to happen for you in the spring is going to just be something that you also have to take priority on. We've got the Three of Pentacles, which means that there's help, there's support. The Three of Pentacles is community. This is also people getting money together. So what your reading talks about is you also utilizing the skill set that you do currently have, dotting your I's, crossing your T's, asking for help whenever you need it, and continuing your education. Like do your work, do the footwork in and learning and reevaluating what it is that you need to do to continue to grow financially. So long story short, in terms of it being smooth, yes, but you're just going to experience a learning curve. And I think there may even be some things pop up to where you're just like, oh, I didn't know that I needed to know that, right? So that's going to be something important for you to pay attention to going on. So there's like a learning curve, okay? So just keep that in the back of your mind. Think and utilize your resources with that Three of Pentacle energy, with it being right in the middle of your reading. And I'm just going to also show you this because this is a deck. It's very different. But this deck has affirmations at the bottom. This affirmation is, when I show my work, others give support. So what this also talks about with that Page of Swords, he is a learner, he is a student, but this person, which is you have a certain skill set. You're very intelligent. You may even have a way with your words. So people are going to kind of want to pour into that and work with you. So also being aware of like feeling, even though you may not know everything, you still have a specific skill set to offer. And that's going to be something that benefits you here with that Three of Pentacles. Okay. So keep that in mind. Yes, I love to see it. I love it when y'all tell me that it resonates. I'm very happy for you, and I look forward to see. Yeah, that's good. I look forward to seeing where that takes you. I would love a follow-up. So come back to the reading. Let me know how good you're doing, okay? Because that's what I know to be true for you, okay? So you all, I know there were a couple questions I didn't get to answer this time, but I have been on here for almost an hour, so I'm going to go enjoy my weekend. You all, you're definitely welcome. I appreciate you guys showing up, showing support. As I mentioned earlier, there are several ways to connect with me, but even if you're not wanting to invest financially, Another way that you can support in an energy exchange is just to simply subscribe to the Conjure Corner or even share like these videos. Okay. So it's been great, and I will see y'all next week.